Well, hello there, Virgo, and Happy New Year. I hope your year is off to a great start. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are going to take a look at what 2026 has in store for you. We're going to start with the overall energy, and then we'll take a look at each of the 4 quarters ahead. Please keep in mind, 2026 is a 1 year. With 2025, we ended a 9 year karmic cycle that started in 2017. So that energy has cleared out or is clearing out. It can continue to clear out here in January, but in 2026, since it's a 1 year, we want to plant seeds for where we want to put our time, our energy in manifesting what we want to experience over the next 9 years. So allowing yourself to take some time right here to determine where you really and truly want to put your time and energy. What we focus on is what we get more of. Okay, so let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured, a transformation. Wow. Okay, this is the energy of the Phoenix Rising. And you see you have the Phoenix Rising here. Virgo, this is your 2026 is not just your year. It is a new 9 year cycle. Whatever has occurred in the previous 9 years, 2017 through 2025, and for some of you, once again, you may still be kind of clearing out some of that energy. Wow. It is this profound, my crown chakra is opening up here. This is a message that this 9 years is not anything like the last 9 years. I mean, there is this energy I can't even explain. It's like the energy of understanding that this is your time to shine. All of the trials and tribulations you've been through are over. It's kind of like allowing yourself to no longer be in an energy of thinking, is the rug going to continue to be pulled out from underneath me, right? It's no longer the energy of thinking I have to put all this hard work and time into things and nothing ever manifests for me. This is the energy of understanding you have completed some huge karmic cycle, some lessons, right? This is the energy of the Hierophant, the number 5. It's also the energy of the Hanged Man, having to see a different perspective of yourself, of the world, of the energy that you bring to whatever it is you're wanting to put out into the world or your relationships. This is a true transformation. This is you. It says a fresh new way of living emerges. Whatever you have been experiencing over the last 9 years, it's done. Allow it to be done. That's what I'm hearing. Allow it to be done. That could be the final kind of like straw, right? It's kind of like, not only is it done, it's kind of like allowing yourself to say it is done, right? No longer worrying about the future. This is an energy of being extremely enthusiastic, not only about 2026, but especially for the next 9 years. This is unbelievable. You know, Virgo, I was having a hard time. Yours is kind of coming up here at the end because I kept trying to tap into the energy, but I feel like there was something with the full moon in Cancer that was on January 3rd that triggered something within you, your understanding. Okay, I've lost perhaps a lot. It could have to do with family because I had the family card showing up. It's an energy of understanding. I've cut my losses, or I need to cut my losses, right? And it's time to go. Look at this, new beginnings. Like allowing yourself to say the end is really over, right? Especially with a big karmic cycle like that ending, and then we've stepped into a brand new year. You could have had kind of like some energy of thinking, well, maybe if I just wait hang here for a little bit longer. Somebody from the past will come back, or somebody will finally see my light or my value or whatever this is. This is kind of like, I'm no longer hanging here anymore. I'm no longer waiting. There's this energy that you've been kind of waiting, perhaps just subconsciously, right? There's something here about recognizing it is time to fly. You see, it's a bat, okay? And I know bats are mammals, but let's go to the energy of bird, right? It's kind of like the energy you're just hanging, waiting for things to change. And this is now the energy of no, that person, that situation isn't going to change. It's almost like radical acceptance of it. And it's almost like it gives you it lifts a burden. It lifts a burden that I don't have to try to fix that situation anymore. Community. Yeah. I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with maybe soul tribes or, family energy, just understanding it's over. It's over. I'm done. I'm flying away. I'm going towards people and situations that are more in alignment with me. Yeah, you're at a major crossroads. Community card is coming out again. I feel like you have, right, this energy of it's time to allow myself to go in the direction of people and situations that are in alignment with me instead of hiding who I am, okay, behind a mask, or hiding what I want for myself, right? Or keeping myself small so that other people around me, okay, will allow me to stay in their vicinity, right? It's kind of like understanding sometimes people in our life want us to stay small, because if we stay small, right, then we're allowing them to continue the story that we aren't the person that we see ourselves as or we are wanting to become. This is the energy of understanding. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, this may have to do with, I feel like you're making a big decision, especially in your money area. Great achievement. This is for January, February, March. King of Pentacles and great achievement. There's something you're willing to put your time and energy into, but it does mean you have to have a different approach. It does mean that maybe you're going in a new direction. You could be leaving. King of Pentacles can be father energy, emperor energy, institutions even. Allowing yourself to say, I'm no longer going to try to make money or have a career that's in alignment with what I was taught. Okay. Allowing yourself to recognize that you're going in a different direction, and you're going in this new direction because now what you're doing, instead of trying to please other people, okay, and those other people can be a boss, it can be clients, it can be society, right? It can be family members. Instead of trying to please others, you're choosing, January, February, and March, you're choosing to go in a direction that is not in alignment. Perhaps the King of Pentacles, a little bit of your energy, but the energy I'm getting here is kind of like tradition. Like allowing yourself to say the traditional way of making money, or the traditional type of relationships, or the traditional lifestyle really and truly isn't for me. You're understanding, you come to a point on your path where you're saying to yourself, I can't try to balance the happiness of family or friends, traditional lifestyles, whatever that might mean, and what I want. You could have, over the last 9 years, been trying to balance the two. Now you've come to a point where you're recognizing that the traditional way of making money, or the traditional way of living or relationships, is holding you back from the success, the happiness, the joy, the fulfillment that you are seeking. you're making a true, it's, you have, you are wanting, you are holding on to the idea that you have the Ace of Pentacles here, that someone or something is going to change in your environment. Here's the difference. You're no longer waiting for things to change in the external. What you're doing is King of Wands, stepping into your King of Wands energy. So Virgo, this could be a little bit uneasy for you, okay, because you like structure, and we do have some structure coming in here, so don't worry, okay, but it's a little bit about understanding that you can't continue doing things the same way. This is making a choice, understanding that the way you have been approaching something no longer works, right? You're tied to this idea that maybe you learned as a child, or learned through society, or learned through experiences in your life, right? Perhaps taking advice from a King of Pentacles, or trying to, I don't want to say copy, but maybe say for instance, you have a YouTube channel, you could be trying to follow somebody that's really successful on YouTube and trying to kind of like build your channel the way they built theirs. What you're understanding is, no, I can't do that because it's not authentic to me. There's something here where you're stepping into your authenticity. You're taking away the it's, the devil is a little bit of attachment, a need, kind of like a need instead of a want, right? It's kind of like needing to think you have to offer things in a certain way, right? Or that certain people or situations have to give you an offer or change or something. This is a breakthrough. This is you, like getting all fired up. King of Wands. I love this energy. This is also my spiritual teacher card. Maybe perhaps you have had like a corporate job or corporate mindset about how to make money to stay safe. Then you have health benefits, you have a 401k, whatever, right? It's kind of like, no, I am being confined by that lifestyle. There's something about breaking out, allowing yourself to say, I want to create the world that I really and truly desire. King of Wands is very inspirational, motivational, goes his own way, doesn't play by the rules. He makes his own rules. I love this. And I feel like you've been kind of juggling this idea for some time. We have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom. What's responsible? What's reliable, right? What have I been taught, you know? For some of you, there is the energy where, say, for instance, you went to college, you got a degree, you've been living your life, right, by that degree. And now all of a sudden, it's kind of like that degree means nothing to me. It's not in alignment with who or what I want for myself, right? And saying, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm no longer attaching myself to the idea that just because I have an accounting degree, I have to be an accountant. Right? Allowing yourself to say, no, wait a minute. I want to be an inspirational speaker. I want to be a mentor for other people that want to transform their life, right? I feel like you've been through a huge transformation, and now what you're doing is you're stepping into the energy of inspiring, motivating other people how to change their life. You could even be stepping into being a counselor or a coach of some sort. I'm hearing Tony Robbins. Maybe for some of you, you want to step into the energy of being someone like a Tony Robbins, or even if it's not Tony Robbins, somebody that helps to inspire others to transform their life, right? This is you stepping into that energy. I'm no longer playing it small. I'm no longer playing by the rules of whoever. And this is a little bit of Capricorn energy. Keep in mind, Pluto was in Capricorn from 2008 through 2025. So Pluto has now moved into Aquarius. It's a new way of seeing the world and seeing the way that we can work globally with. This is very kind of the energy of internet, right? Understanding, innovation, like the old way of doing things no longer applies to you and the type of life that you would desire. So that is January, February, March. I think you're making a lot of decisions, right? And allowing yourself to say, I can't stay in a life where I'm trying to keep certain people or situations or even that traditional mindset happy. You're allowing yourself to, with the devil, detach, okay, from that mindset and allowing yourself to kind of start on a new journey, being the King of Wands and offering new people, new audiences, new clients, perhaps. This is very money oriented, but in a way that it's breaking the traditional way of investing money, creating money, manifesting things in your life. And it is also in alignment with creating a more authentic life for yourself so that you can attract in new soul tribe members. Because in the second half of the year, you have new people coming onto your path. So let's take a look first at April, May, and June. You're co-creating. I love this. You're learning how to work with spirit, using your intuition to guide you in the direction. That's very King of Wands energy. Creating new products, new services, new ways of creating money. But look at, here's your plan, Virgo. It's just that you're no longer allowing yourself to plan in the way that you were taught by the King of Pentacles, the traditional way. You're allowing yourself to say, no, I'm allowing myself to intuitively find the direction that I want to go in. And I am setting a plan because Virgo, you like plans, you like structure, you like routines. You actually thrive in that type of environment. But what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to restructure your days, your routines, your habits to be in alignment with the King of Wands. In other words, what does your day look like when you are the King of Wands, and allowing yourself to say, okay, this old structure that I was taught by the King of Pentacles, or you've lived up to this point by the King of Pentacles, that structure has to go. And that's what I think you've been working on, transforming. I have to allow myself to recognize I need a new structure. I need a new daily routine, right? I need to reprioritize my habits, my mindsets, to be in alignment with the King of Wands instead of the King of Pentacles, right? Now we have the Seven of Swords here. What you're understanding here is that in April, May, and June, you do have a new direction you really and truly want to go in, but you're understanding that your beliefs that are tied to the King of Pentacles is what has been sabotaging your own success. So if you've been trying for some time, okay, to go in this new direction, but you feel like you're being kind of pulled back by some old mindsets, this is the energy of recognizing those mindsets have to go. I can't juggle somebody else's expectations with where I want to go. Like really and truly just saying, okay, I've got to be a little bit of the Queen of Swords and cut the ties with people and situations that are not in alignment. This is you. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Empress, and then your energy, the Hermit. You could be kind of like, actually, okay, kind of like partnering with somebody else to because we have this co-create, right? Partnering with somebody else. But I feel like this is somebody that, okay, you're keeping it a secret from other people. And I want to say that because you have the Seven of Swords. I feel like you're keeping it secret. You're keeping it low key. You could be working behind the scenes, okay? Hermit, that's you. And whether male or female, it doesn't matter. You could be co-creating with somebody else, perhaps a female, the Empress energy. But this is also you understanding that when you are in, the Empress is very intuitive, very creative, very much not about producing, but being. Okay. And the Hermit energy, allowing yourself to become the Empress, changing the way that you spend your time, your energy during the day. There's something about changing your daily habits and routines, okay? Because we have the Eight of Pentacles. You're understanding maybe you don't have to work quite so hard when you allow yourself to let go of the old mindset. The King of Pentacles, he works 9 to 5, right? He puts in overtime. He is very diligent, keeps his head down, works really hard, right? This is more of the energy. I'm working hard. I'm not saying, Virgo, that you're not going to work hard, right? But it's the energy of I'm allowing my intuition to guide what I'm working on. Allowing yourself, because you have the co-create here, right? Allowing yourself to work with spirit, allowing yourself to perhaps work with somebody else in order to create the success that you are wanting. Wow, it's beautiful. You have the Six of Wands on the bottom. You're going to be victorious. When you allow yourself to understand it's time to make a shift, right? You have to really allow yourself to shift your mindset. I feel like you're feeling like you're having to juggle, right? You're having to juggle two people or two mindsets or an old way of making money and a new way of making money. You've been juggling that for some time and you're deciding, I can't. This could be also, say you have some type of a job that you go to every day. You could even enjoy that job or whatever, but on the side, you've been starting some other type of business, perhaps that is, a spiritual business or something like that. And you've gotten to a point on your journey where you've decided, I want to put all of my time and energy into the side business or the spiritual business. I want that to become, right, my main source of income, that you can't juggle any longer. Perhaps your side business is starting to grow or you see potential in it. You're making a decision to let go of your previous primary job in order to go in this other direction. Now, the nodes change, okay, towards the end of June, which is really interesting because for the last 18 months, they have been in the North Node has been Pisces, the South Node has been in Virgo, and this has really impacted you, Virgo, okay? And the reason is because it has kind of, for all of us, but especially for you, since you're a Virgo, played up the energy of feeling as though we have to be perfect, okay, or being overly critical of our own work or overly critical of others or whatever. You could even feel like this King of Pentacles energy is kind of like the criticisms, the judgments of the traditional people in your life or society or whatever. This is you. I feel like you get to the end of June, you're making some decisions, you're going in a new direction, but then you're catapulted. Okay, you understand, oh my goodness, right? You're letting go of any energy of I have to do it perfectly or I have to work super hard, right? You're allowing that mindset to literally die because we have the Ten of Swords. You're letting it end because you're understanding that if you want family, Ten of Cups, okay, creating a new family, a new soul tribe, perhaps for some of you, but you're allowing the old, I'm hearing bygones, let bygones be bygones. You're allowing the old way of life or the old mindsets or the old expectations of yourself or others or whatever, they're done. You're on to new horizons. This is the energy of understanding that it's okay. I feel like for some of you, you just need to hear it's okay. It's okay to go in this new direction. Two of Swords, Death. You've been kind of like blocking this, okay? Two of Swords and Death. there is a little bit of energy of reuniting or coming into an energy of understanding that when you step into your power of living your life the way that you want to live your life, that you actually, for some of you, I think you have some type of reunion perhaps with some family members, okay? But it's not because you're living your life the way they want you to live it. It's because they see the power. The transformation card is here again. You see they see the transformation in who you are. There's something about you have been trying to juggle the expectations of other people and what your soul is calling you to do. You've been juggling it so much that you haven't been the person that they wanted you to be, and you also haven't been yourself. You may have been disillusioning yourself, okay, with the devil and the seven of swords. You could have been lying to yourself, right, a little bit, that you're doing a good job of balancing it or whatever. I feel like you recognize, no, I can't. This would be a little bit of that energy of, and it won't be for all of you, but it's a little bit of that energy where you go off on your own for some time. Okay, you're building your new life. You're becoming more in alignment with who you are. And then somewhere in July, August, September, right? Either family reaches out to you or you reach out to family, right? There's some type of kind of reunion here as the energy of reunion, but it's kind of like allowing yourself to show up. Say, with the Four of Wands, there could be some type of celebration. You know, it could be somebody in your family is getting married and you get the invitation and to the wedding, and you're kind of like, you know what? I haven't seen these people in a while. I feel more confident in who I am and what I'm creating in my life. I think I'll go to the wedding, right? Or it could be, you know, some type of family event, and you decide to go to this event, but you show up completely in your new version. You do not, like, you show up. I'm actually seeing you show up in completely new types of clothing, right? It's kind of like you've had a physical makeover because this is part of your transformation. You have literally let go of the former version of yourself. So when we do that, our physical appearance a lot of times changes. We get a different haircut. We start wearing different clothes, right? Maybe part of the transformation is that you're getting healthier with your body, right? It's kind of like you walk in and people are like, oh my gosh, there's Virgo. Virgo looks totally different. You look happy. You look excited to be there in a very calm way, right? But it's a little bit of this energy of understanding that's because you had to allow yourself to let the old version of yourself truly die so that you could be exalted into a new version of yourself. And you're not showing up with any of that wanting to juggle who you are and what is expected from these people. You're showing up who you are, and there is actually this energy. You're the Queen of Wands. You're showing up with the Six of Wands again. It's a very good energy. In fact, I would encourage you, if you get invited to some type of family event, you show up, but you show up in your new authentic self, completely new authentic self. It's a beautiful energy. For others of you, that doesn't resonate, okay, because it is a general reading. Allowing yourself to recognize that I feel like there's still some type of invitation to go somewhere, okay? There's something, but when you go, say, it could be that you even hear about a vacation spot or whatever, and you decide to sign up for some tour, or you go there on vacation, and then you get there, and it's like you're going, though, in your new energy. You're not going at all with the former version of yourself. There's something, some type of event or vacation or place or opportunity that you are going to experience July, August, and September, that you show up in your new version of yourself and you are celebrated. You are truly celebrated. It's kind of like, wow. And it's a beautiful energy of truly being celebrated for who you are. I think people understand the transformation that you've gone through. They're happy for you. Even if you think these are people that wouldn't be happy for you, they are happy for you. They're happy to see you. They're happy to celebrate you. This could be even around your birthday, Virgo. This could be even around your birthday. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look at October, November, and December. Yeah, behind the mask. You've taken the mask off. You are your authentic self. And we have the star, wishes and dreams coming true, especially around community. Whether this is family, okay, existing family, and there's some major transformation in that, or if this is the energy of new people, new soul tribe members, okay, depending on kind of like what you are wishing and hoping for, because we have the star card here. But there's definitely healing here. There's healing within either a community you would like to reunite with, but in a higher vibration, or this is the energy of meeting new people. Yeah, we have the star again, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So we have the star, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Once again, the star coming out twice. By the end of the year, you are being celebrated. You are the star. Ace of Wands, you are fired up for the rest of the 9-year cycle, right? Page of Pentacles, you have learned the lesson. You have new things to offer. The Page of Pentacles is the energy of showing up and having new products, new services, new ideas to offer to the world in this very inspiring energy. Ace of Wands. This is your year. This is your year, Virgo. I feel like the hardest thing is allowing yourself to make that decision that this is your year and that you are going to be authentic to yourself. It could even start today. You're kind of like, you know what? I have to step into this version of myself I've been trying to step into, but keep being torn because of other people in my life or mindsets. It's kind of like, go get a new haircut. Like literally go get something brand new, right? That could mean, dyeing it a different color, or if you have long hair, going short, or if you have short hair, going in and getting extensions. There's something about hair here. Maybe because of this card. I don't know. There's something here about, it's kind of like, go get a new haircut. And I'm hearing shoes, head and feet. Okay, start with your head and your feet. Get a new haircut and get a new pair of shoes. And both of those have to be in alignment with this new version of yourself. Head and toes. Head and toes. So interesting. Okay, let's pull a soul truth card for you, Virgo. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I do have a 2026 reading up, so if you would like a more detailed energy look at your year ahead, then that link is in the description box below too. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. On whom am I placing blame right now? I think for some of you, you are attached to blaming some person or people, the way that you grew up, the mindsets, the King of Pentacles, whatever this is. It's allowing yourself to say, I have no more time to waste on worrying about what other people say or do. This is my year. This is my 9-year cycle, right? I'm stepping into it. I'm making this decision. I'm no longer blaming anybody else. I'm no longer allowing myself to excuse myself from stepping into my authentic version because I'm fearful of what these people or situations will think. It's kind of like allowing yourself to really step into who you are. It says a person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson, right? And I feel like that's who you are. It says take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice. Yeah, the fork in the road, right? Make a choice to do it. Even if you don't feel ready, listen to your heart. You will be led. Yeah, I feel like there is something here about literally going and getting a haircut. Like, even if it's not the haircut you want to stay with, it's kind of like allowing yourself to make some big change today, okay? Do it today or tomorrow, not later than that. Go buy the new pair of shoes. Go get a haircut. Go make some big change that signals to yourself and to the world that you are a different person. You are not that former version of yourself. You know, one of the things that my guys are saying is that the reason your hair, it's something about changing your hair, is because you look yourself in the mirror every day. It's about allowing yourself to look in the mirror in the morning and see different hair, different you, right? You're immediately, first thing in the morning when you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, I'm not that former version. I am a new version. I am allowing myself to be this new version. And there is, right, your hair shows to everyone. Your hair shows to yourself when you're looking in the mirror, allowing yourself to really and truly make some type of drastic, it is a little bit of an energy of drastic, I will have to say. It doesn't have to be big, right? Because a haircut, hair grows out, whatever. It's like, but it is about allowing yourself to recognize this is the moment. This is the moment where you make a decision and you're kind of like allowing yourself to say, I'm no longer going back to that former version, and having some way to remind yourself of that every time you look in the mirror. Beautiful message. All right, Virgo, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I wish you a very happy, fulfilled, and abundant 2026. Bye for now.